signal decryption handshake is unstable. You may experience visual artifacts. Gen 6 pilot detected. Combat simulation initializing. Simulation mode is capture the flag.
Hey, what's up guys, Arctic here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the new Expedition maps, DLC, and a little bit about the update that just came out. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because I don't want to bore you guys. But so the Expedition came out, DLC came out on Thursday. I've basically shown all the maps. There was War Games, Runoff, and Swampland. You guys are watching some Swamplands and War Games in this particular gameplay. And then on, I did a Titanfall pubs match, which was a Runoff. I can tell you guys I love all the maps. I think they are excellent for parkouring. These are probably the best maps that they've released as a DLC. Collectively, I love all three. I particularly love War Games and Runoff. The wall running and parkouring really shines in all the maps, and I think it's excellent for really honing in on that and showcasing that from a game side of things. Swamplands reminds me of Star Wars, right? The Ewok planet. I don't know what it's called, but it's cool. I can't say that I remember too many maps like this. Skyless had actually mentioned a Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront map that was like similar to this, which I can't remember, but I'm sure there's one like it, considering it kind of has that same vibe, Star Wars vibe. But Swamplands is great. And I hope all you guys are enjoying these maps. I certainly am, as I've been playing them. I played pretty much all the game modes on all of them in the variety pack. Now, the concern that I have with this DLC is one that I had with Gears of War, and I expressed that explicitly quite frequently in Gears of War, and it's the separation of content from players that are playing in regular playlists and then this DLC playlist, right? So they're segmenting their population, and as the game goes on and the population dwindles as new games come out, there's going to be a significant drop off in the number of people that are in DLC and playing the regular playlist. So it's going to be harder and harder to find matches, at least quality matches, and it's going to be more strenuous for them to matchmake, just players together. And, I really want to see this model go away. I'm so sick and tired of this DLC crap that separates players from playing the game. Like, you want everyone to be playing the game, and you don't want them playing two separate versions of the game, which is essentially what's happening right now. So you got people playing DLC, you got people playing the normal game. And, I feel like a lot of developers need to think about how they can monetize a lot differently and include maps as a part of the play experience. So I hope it goes away in the future. That's the only knock I really have on this. And, we kind of tweeted about it. Skyless and I kind of tweeted about it and had some other people chime in on that particular point of discussion. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but let me know if you like DLC models like this that exclude gameplay. Now, the other thing, obviously, was the patch, which released alongside the map DLC, Expedition DLC. And there's really only two features that I want to explicitly talk about. I'll have it linked down in the description if you want to view the full list of things. There's actually one that's not listed, so I'm going to say three things I want to talk about. But one of them is the custom loadouts. You can now rename them. So that's, people wanted that. But there's also two dedicated custom loadouts per game mode, which I think it really helps out quite a bit. I do select specific weapons and loadout sets based on the game mode, so that is an excellent idea. I'm glad they did that, and it makes things a lot easier for me when I see a game mode load in and I know what I want to pick and just run with it. Now, the thing that concerns me the most, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but it's the custom private match settings. They're supposed to add even more options. It's currently in beta, but I hate this, and I explicitly hate it because I remember what it was like for the Halo guys, and the more options you give the competitive community, the more they will try to build a game that they feel is competitive, but is not at all like the game, right? So Halo guys were playing things with super speed, different shield values, different respawn timers, all this stuff that was different from the regular game. And I think it alienates the core audience from getting involved and being interested in competitive gaming because it's so vastly different from the game that they play. Some of you guys might think it's minute changes, but if you hop in and play at a high level, like those are some very, very significant changes that are made to the game that change the experience for players. So, I don't want to see us as a competitive group for Titanfall turn this into not Titanfall. Like, I don't want to be playing Barbie Pony Express while I'm playing Titanfall because the game is just completely different than what everyone else is playing. I said this on Frag Logic, and I mean it. If you are the best at a game, play the game that the developers have built and show that you're the best, right? There's no need to have all these bans. There's no need to change the settings so drastically that it's very different. Now, there's a couple things that I think could be changed for the competitive community that I would like to see that I think would help. One of them is the Titan rebuild time. I would like to see that be extended. Instead of 2 minutes, it just feels fast, and you don't get to see what makes the game great, and that's the parkouring and pilot combat. You see a lot of Titan gameplay versus seeing a nice balance. So I think it could be balanced a little bit more so you get a good mix of pilot gameplay and a good mix of Titan gameplay, and I would like to see that adjusted slightly. The mini-map being on or off, I don't really particularly care. Respawn delay, maybe that's something that we tweak because I feel like specifically on Hardpoint and Capture the Flag, if you're playing those two modes, pilots spawn pretty fast, especially on Hardpoint when you just get people throwing in nades or they get a particular spawn because it's closer to a certain point. And I talked about this on Colony, where you just get tons and tons of nades coming from C to B. Because there's no spawn timer, if you're outslaying a team, you should be, I think, rewarded for your ability to outslay them and capture points and hold those points and lock them down. So if you're the better shooters, I think that should be kind of rewarded more in Hardpoint. CTF has some similar stuff with grabbing flags, killing the defensive players, and then getting out. At the same time, you can move so quickly. If they don't respawn quick, then you're basically SOL and they're gone without you having the chance to catch them. So that one I'm kind of iffy on, but I feel like Hardpoint is one that maybe you can adjust the respawn timer. Everything else, I would leave it alone. Don't mess with the pilot health. Please don't mess with the pilot ammo. Please don't mess with the AI. I mean, you can make it more lethal, I guess, if you want to be hardcore, but I know it's not going to make that big of a difference. And then the score and time limit, those can probably be adjusted, but for the most part, I don't feel like anything really needs to be touched. And I hope that a lot of the competitive guys take heed to that, look at the other games and see where they've struggled and see where they've made their mistakes and don't make the same mistakes, right? History repeats itself. Just look. That's all you got to do. But yeah, that's all I got for today's gameplay comm. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and until the next time, I will see you guys later. Stay frosty.